Well, speaking of tag team matches, we've got one that is left to go into the books. Are you ready for the main event this evening, ladies and gentlemen? Let's bring it to the ring. Your next contest is tag team action, set for one fall.
You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
Introducing first, making his way to the ring, from Royston, Georgia, weighing in at 250 pounds. He is the APW Southern States champion, Jacob Ashworth, and his tag team partner from Thompson, Georgia, weighing in at 195 pounds. He is the #1 contender to the North Georgia title, Antrone Brewer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the introductions have been made from Jonathan Feltner. This thing is off and running. And folks, what a tag team main event APW is giving us this week. And here we are with just 1 week to go to the Spring Break Bash 2014 on Friday, April the 25th. We've got that man, Antrone Brewer, goes one-on-one with the North Georgia champion, the real deal Chris Steele. We've got Strychnine in a handicap match against both members of Heavy Metal. There's positives if he wins, but it's going to be a tough battle.
And introducing their opponents.
And then you got the main event. The man in the ring, the Southern States champion, Jacob Ashworth, set to go one-on-one with the #1 contender and the big-time favorite in APW. We're talking about Wild Billy Buck, the man who will be joining us now.
Making their way to the ring, introducing first, from Minnesota, weighing in at 252 pounds, he is the APW North Georgia champion, the real deal Chris Steele, and his tag team partner from Anderson, South Carolina, weighing in at 210 pounds, the #1 contender to the APW Southern States Championship, Wild Billy Buck.
And ladies and gentlemen, those two men have got the people of Royston on their feet this evening. And no doubt, they will be on their feet for these two men in a week at the Spring Break Bash. Jonathan Feltner, what a huge main event this week.
You talk about star-studded main events. The last stop before Spring Break Bash couldn't have picked a better exit. You've got all 4 men that are involved in the major championship matches next week, squaring off tonight in tag team action. Should be an awesome, awesome contest.
Without a doubt, folks, this match is going to be awesome. Listen to these people, Feltner. I think they're ready for the bash.
I think they very much are, but right now we're going to get a little bit of a teaser trailer. You've got the North Georgia title matches and Southern States title match going head-to-head, but they've got to be a tag team cohesive unit. Do both men, or all 4 men rather, on their respective teams.
And these people here in Royston are rumbling in anticipation. They've been wanting to see all 4 of these men hook up, the 2 pairs respectively anyway. And here they are, all 4 in the ring at the same time. I think you're looking at the present and the future of APW in that ring right now.
You are exactly right, sir.
I mean, let's talk about all 4 guys. Jacob Ashworth been from the bottom to the very top. He's solidified at the top. He's the undisputed champion. Nobody can question that except for that man next week. Antrone Brewer, the man who holds the future of APW in the palm of his hand. This man he can get on the mic and embarrass you. Hell, he's embarrassed me. He can win the big one. He's been a former champion. He knows how to wear gold, get gold, and keep gold. And most importantly, he knows how to play mind games with his opponents. And then you look across the ring, Jonathan at Wild Billy Buck, a man who beat me one time and had me having a minute and a half title reign for the Southern States Championship. A man who is a former Southern States champion, former tag team champion. Matter of fact, he was one half of the first ever APW tag team champions. And I'm talking about Wild Billy Buck. And then his partner, the man in the ring right now, the real deal Chris Steele, come from nowhere. This year on the scene in APW, come from out of nowhere, wins the North Georgia title tournament against Ethan Case, no less. After going through the first 2 rounds, finds himself as the champion. And here he is tonight, where the big boys are playing in the main event.
You need a breath?
No, I got this, baby.
Just a little bit of a breath, but right now, you got Chris Steele making the tag to Billy Buck, and then Jacob Ashworth goes right for Antrone Brewer. A smart move on his part. I promise you and guarantee you that Jacob Ashworth, with the Spring Break Bash being 7 nights from tonight, wants no part of Wild Billy Buck.
And maybe, I highly doubt that's the actual reality of the situation, but Jacob Ashworth wants Billy Buck to think he's scared. Jacob Ashworth wants to lure Billy Buck into a false sense of security. And you know what? It may work. Billy Buck may be a little overconfident heading into the Spring Break Bash. And if so, Jacob Ashworth will retain. As a matter of fact, I go on to predict right now, I don't know.
Well, whenever Billy Buck made his return almost nearly a month ago, he gunned for one man in this industry in APW, and that was the Southern States champion, Jacob Ashworth, who is the victim of a double hip toss from the Real Deal and Wild Billy Buck at the same time. And here comes Antrone Brewer,
and another one.
Suffers the same fate, and both men on the opposite side of the ring are absolutely reeling at the challenge of Chris Steele and Billy Buck.
They're coming out after him.
What's Chris Steele doing? Whoa, both of them. Whoa. Top rope double axe handles.
These guys are going all out.
Oh.
Hard into the rail. Chris Steele may have hurt his back, and inside the ring, Billy Buck's got things well in hand.
Well, the action has spilled out of control, quick, fast, and in a hurry. And right now, Chris Steele able to make the tag, but I'm not sure how that lower back is going to be faring him.
You're absolutely right. He's favoring that back where he hit the rail.
Oh, awkward landing by Jacob Ashworth.
And still favoring that back. That could be a telling sign.
Well, check out Antrone Brewer going up top. Good grief.
Antrone Brewer, wrong place, right time. Wait.
Sometimes words can't describe it. Sometimes you can't find the words to describe the action that we're witnessing right now. Chris Steele able to jump over the top. Well, check him out. He's on both Antrone Brewer and Jacob Ashworth, punching both of them simultaneously.
Brewer gets real mad when I say this, but maybe this guy, Chris Steele, is the real deal. Maybe he is APW's total package.
Well, since he has went on this tear that has won him the coveted North Georgia title, he has not shown me personally a single instance why he is not the real deal.
Did you see that, Jonathan Feltner? Antrone Brewer shows that he's got the killer instinct. This may have been the strategy all along. Did you see him clip the knee? He had Ashworth up in the fireman carry, which is the precursor to the
the termination on site.
Thank you, Jonathan. It's a rough night.
TOS is what his patent move is called.
Yes, he had him in the precursor for the TOS. Jacob Ashworth slips out, and Antrone Brewer.
Well, Antrone Brewer knows that he has got a title match for the North Georgia Championship against Chris Steele 7 nights from tonight. at Spring Break Bash 2014, and he would like nothing more than to soften up Chris Steele to the point where he is no game for the Bash whenever he is going to have no fight in him, and Antrone Brewer can win his first singles title in APW, that being the North Georgia Championship.
Antrone Brewer's ready. You can bet he is looking past this tag match. This man is not concerned with this tag match unless he wants to send a message. This man is concerned with giving himself an advantage next week. I know how Brewer works. He's a snake in the grass, but he's no dummy. And next week, he's going to be working with a one-legged man.
You're absolutely right. If it keeps going this way, I'm not sure that Chris Steele will even be able to walk.
Well, if it keeps up, that's a possibility. Right now, he looks to be all right. But now Brewer didn't want any part of Chris Steele 5 minutes ago. And now he's chomping at the bit to get in. And he still don't quite have the advantage.
This is absolutely danger time. What a vicious kick to the chest of Chris Steele. And right now it's danger time for the real deal. He is going to have to make a tag to Wild Billy Buck as soon as he possibly can.
You know, without that leg, it's really hard to terminate on sight, Feltner.
Well, you've got all the brunt of that weight, not only on your shoulders, but all that weight from yourself and the man you're carrying is right there at the knees, the base of your body. You've got to be able to carry all that weight. And
You're
right
right.
now, he
it's
is
nearly impossible.
He's taking out the prime ligament that Chris Steele needs to execute that terminate on sight.
And Brewer not wasting any time. He goes to work on the leg again. Steele almost got to the ropes, and Antrone Brewer saw it and made sure he didn't make it to the ropes and made sure he couldn't even reach, Feltner.
Billy Buck right now, he is getting some rest if I've ever seen it, but he is going to have to, Chris Steele's going to have to try his best to get a tag to Billy Buck.
He definitely in need of a tag from the Buckster, if you will. Jacob Ashworth and Antrone Brewer making those quick tags, working together as a tag team. And these men also have a common purpose. I guarantee you, if they would have got Billy Buck off to the side by himself, he would be limping right now too. This was the plan, this was the strategy, and it's for a certain purpose, and that's helping Brewer out next week.
Right now, Buck trying his best to get this crowd behind his team, and Chris Steele, who desperately needs a tag right now if he ever needed one in his life.
You know, this is the first time we've seen Chris Steele manhandled like this.
He is absolutely not in a place where we are accustomed to seeing him. Normally he dominates the match from start to finish, but right now he is a little worse for the wear.
You know, here it is. Welcome to the main event, big guy. You know, we'll see how he does tonight.
Look
and
at Billy
know
Buck.
a little more. I'm not saying he's where he's at undeservingly. I'm just saying he's unproven. All three of the other men have earned their spot in the main event. People know they belong there. Chris Steele, it's his first flirtation with it. Let's see how it goes.
Chris Steele just reaching desperately for his partner, Wild Billy Buck, but they pull him back over into the other corner. And now Antrone Brewer gets a fresh tag.
Jonathan Feltner, if it's possible for the real deal Chris Steele to bite off more than he can chew this early in his career, he'll find out tonight during this match. And it looks to be the case. Notice how Brewer throw him into his corner.
Oh, able to move out of the way.
Uh-oh.
Forearm shot to Jacob Ashworth. And right now, Billy Buck he can just taste the tag.
Look at the positioning, Feltner. Brewer knew, he was smart enough to know that if you whip him into your corner, even if you make that mistake, he's got to crawl all the way across the ring.
Oh, look at Jacob Ashworth.
He put him on the floor, and that's just smart tag team wrestling, Feltner.
That was smart. Jacob Ashworth, no stranger to tag team wrestling himself. He has been a tag team wrestler as well as a champion throughout his storied career here in APW, so he knows what it takes to get it done in a tag team match.
You know, the ring positioning, you know, they're going to use experience against this young man. They've already got the ring cut in half. They've already got him right where they want him. He's in trouble. You know, we may be seeing the real deal get exposed here this evening.
Well, definitely that youth and that inexperience in big match situations are starting to play on the psyche as well as the physical aspect of Chris Steele, who right now, that knee has just been taking punishment for a good 10 minutes right now in this match.
And you're right. And, you know, this match, the way this thing's going, this is a real, you know, this will mess with a young man's head. So far, everything's been peaches and cream. You know, things have come to him rather quickly, if not easily. Here he is tonight, you know, going into the biggest match of his career, probably the biggest test. And his confidence is shaken.
Right
It
now
has
he
to
is.
be.
Right now he is truly being tested. Right now, we're getting to see exactly what the real deal is all about and what he is made of.
Antrone Brewer squeezes on the throat and the chin and the jawbone of the real deal Chris Steele.
This crowd trying their best to get behind Chris Steele, trying to give him any glimmer of hope as he fights out of the hole by Antrone Brewer. Shots.
Hard right.
Brewer drops it low.
Not enough. And Chris Steele able to get that shoulder up. He's not done yet, but folks, that was a very, very, very last second, slow, if you will, kick out. And he almost didn't get the job done. Chris Steele's in trouble. He needs a tag in the worst way.
Right now, they are just picking apart Chris Steele, the North Georgia champion, not looking like a champion at all right now. He's so discombobulated, he's going into the wrong corner, doesn't even know where he's at right now.
You know, this is going to be, don't think this match and this situation won't be
Big
weighing in
neck
the
breaker.
mind of Chris Steele this time next week when he faces off against the former tag champion, Antrone Brewer. This situation right here is going to shake this young man's confidence. And outside of hurting him, that may be the worst damage that Brewer can accomplish tonight.
Ashworth into the ropes. Back body drop by Steele.
Oh,
Lifting all of that 250-plus pounds into the air, crashing down.
exactly. Where's this guy's brain at? I know it was desperation, but when you've got a bad wheel, you got a bad back, you're in a tough situation, you don't pick up 200 and how much?
250-plus.
250-plus pound men over your head. That's asking for injury, asking for aggravation, and it's going to make it so hard to reach up and tag Billy Buck, but he needs to.
The tag, and he finally makes the tag to Buck, and here we go, the #1 contender, Fists of Fire, knocking down Brewer. Ashworth back to Brewer, going for Ashworth, and he is on fire, Jeremy Vane.
Here's a bionic comeback with bionic elbows for Wild Billy Buck. He's got him rocking and rolling. Hard into the corner and hard out of the corner.
Samoan drop on the champion.
And the straps are coming down.
Billy Buck has had a lot of time to rest, but catches a boot of Antrone Brewer. Spine buster, going for the cover.
The
Could
referee
this be
count.
all 1, 2, all Jacob Ashworth. The instinct,
Come on, ref.
the
Get him out
prowess
of there.
able to break up the pin attempt.
And now Jacob trying to do damage, not worrying about the ref's count.
Oh, here comes the power bomb. Able. Oh,
No, wait, he's legal.
here comes the catapult into the corner.
Oh,
Bam!
into the buckle. He hit the metal. Uh-oh.
Signaling for that Buck Wild super kick.
This could be all she wrote,
Is this a
folks.
picture of what we're going to see next week at the Bash? Able to duck the kick.
I had it
Chris
scouted.
Steele makes the tag. I don't think Billy Buck knows. Wait a minute.
He had it scouted.
Antrone Brewer's got the North Georgia title in his hand. Wait a minute. Well, it's the time for the TOS.
Oh, wait. Brewer had that title.
Is Brewer the legal
No,
man?
no,
1,
no.
2, 3, oh!
Wow.
The
Oh.
match the team of Jacob Ashworth and Antrone Brewer.
Jonathan Feltner, what an upset! Antrone Brewer has just pulled off the victory over the North Georgia champion, Chris Steele. Could this be a precursor